Hello everyone, welcome to part 4 where we will conclude the new releases and spring and summer analysis of the Scentsy fragrances in those departments of the catalog. Now, I already wrapped up the new releases, but there are actually a few extra testers that are in your transition kit, so we're going to use that as our completion of that section, and then we'll talk about the remaining 5 spring and summer. So let's get right into it. The first one we're going to talk about is a new release in the kids line. It's called Candy Crave. So Candy Crave is, hope my camera doesn't fall. Because it's in the kids section, I just have to turn the page. Basically, it's raspberry sorbet, cotton candy, and fluffy marshmallow. The only concern I have with Candy Crave is that I wish it came in more things. It only comes in wax, and I wish it came in like the scent circle and, you know, the Scentsy Go. I'd probably buy it and everything. I really like this fragrance. Oh my gosh, it's very, very sweet, and it's almost like a perfumey sweet. I think that I had it lasting about 13 hours, and I'm testing these 5 fragrances up right in this room here with a 12-watt element warmer. I think some people said that it didn't last very long for them. And one thing I think you have to consider is the house, the room, the warmer, the temperature of the room, you know, a whole bunch of different things go into how a fragrance performs. So basically I would just use all these things as a guide. It's not, you know, it's not a rule that it lasts 13 hours. For me, it's going to last 13 hours for you. It might last 20 hours for you. I don't know. But if it lasts 13 hours for me and then the next fragrance lasts 20, well then you know that fragrance would typically last longer for you. So just keeping those things in mind. I really liked Candy Crave. I basically smell more of the marshmallow and the, what else was it? Cotton candy, and almost like a perfumey raspberry. But not strong, it's just different. So I really did like it though. Candy Crave. Next one, Pastelitos. Pastelitos is a fragrance that they had out last summer in the Havana collection, and they brought it back and they put it in the Corner Cafe. So it is basically pineapple, lime, and dark rum. I'm summarizing here. I had this one lasting between 8 and 10 hours, and the reason I'm not sure is because I did fall asleep downstairs, came back up, it was very faint, and there was that 2-hour window. It could have been very faint. So one thing I really, really liked about this fragrance is it really starts off really nice and intense and almost a beautiful, warm, delicious, tropical goodness. It does have pineapple, which, you know, I haven't been doing the greatest with, but this, out of all the scents, this would be my favorite one that contained pineapple. And I kind of describe it like, it's like a tropical cousin to Caramel Vanilla Delight, in that they both have that rum, they both have that rich, nice fragrance to them. And what I think is after a few hours when it kind of dies off, like it's really intense for, 2 or 3, and then it kind of dies off, I find, to like a lighter scent. So this would be a good, if you wanted to put it in, you knew company was coming over, and, you know, put it in if they're not going to be there that long. But it's a really nice fragrance, probably one to spoil yourself with. It's good. Would I buy it? I'm not sure. Maybe. Just because I find at this stage I have to kind of be a little picky with what I pick up. I have to really, really love it, because you tend to accumulate lots of rares if not. Okay, the next is Strawberry Swirl. Strawberry Swirl is also in the Corner Cafe. It is frozen strawberry whipped with frothy milk and vanilla. I definitely, towards the latter part of the warming, I could definitely smell frothy milk. Obviously, you can still smell strawberry and vanilla, but it's a very sweet strawberry. It does remind me of Berry of Paradise, but Berry of Paradise has Bird of Paradise in it. And actually, I had this warming at the same time as I had Berry of Paradise in a lot of my downstairs. So I think if I had to choose between the two, I'd probably pick Berry of Paradise. They're similar enough to me that I would choose that because it lasted longer. I had this lasting about 10.5 hours, and I think Berry of Paradise is probably about double that. So anyway, Strawberry Swirl, very sweet, probably great to mix. In fact, someone suggested mixing it with coastal strawberry, so that would be a nice, it's kind of sweeten up coastal strawberry a little bit. Okay, the next one we have is Satin Sheets. So, okay. This smells good. I mean, I don't find it's a very strong fragrance, and I really think sometimes I feel like I'm not very sophisticated because it's like I can't smell the scents the greatest. This particular fragrance the greatest. It's basically earthy sandalwood paired perfectly with rich and warm vanilla. So there's not a lot going on, but I also find there's not a lot going on like in terms of strength of intensity. So it's a very light scent. I wish it was a little bit stronger. Then I would probably be able to give you a better review because I just found it was hard for me to smell. It's like just like a background fresh note, maybe a tiny bit of perfume kind of characteristic, but I had it lasting 11 hours, and I'm probably guesstimating there because, like I said, I do struggle with this scent, and I know a lot of people love it, so it's probably just something with me. So just factor that in. I think that if you're someone that can really find the strong scents are just too much for you, then this might be a good one to try. Okay, the last one, Weathered Leather. I believe that, I could be wrong about this. Oh gosh. Okay, I had this in the warmer for 10 hours and I took it out. 10 hours was all I could handle. And basically, I don't even have a scent description because I don't know if it's in the catalog. It's basically, I know it's in the Scentsy Go. Sorry. I think that this scent is one, if you key in, you can actually get the bar, like the consultant can buy the bar, but it's not actually, it doesn't share a spot in the catalog, which maybe is a good thing. It's not very good in my opinion, but maybe if you added like vanilla bean buttercream, like in a ratio of like 3 to 1 or something, it would probably be okay. Oh, man. I don't like it. I don't like it, but if you like it, I'm sorry if I offended you. Yeah, let's just move that one off to the side. Okay, so now we're going to wrap up the spring and summer. We have 5 fragrances. This was a little bit of a tough one for me, and I'll explain why here in a second. First one is Summer Holiday, which is Lush, Plumeria, Tiger Lily, and Sweet Orange, softened by vanilla and radiant amber. So this one here, it's a very nice fresh scent. It reminds me a tad, just a tad, of an older lady's perfume scent, which may be why I'm not loving it, but it might be the amber, I'm not sure. I haven't been a Scentsy consultant all that long, but people have been ordering this, so I do know it's a favorite. I had it lasting a little under 19 hours, and so these fragrances were warmed downstairs. I don't really have a lot more to say about Summer Holiday, so I would not pick it up, but I know it is a favorite. So, okay, next we have Summer Soleil. Okay, this is described as pineapple, again, and coconut milk top fluffy vanilla marshmallow. So this is one of those fragrances I have had in the past. I do find it very, very light. Probably a good introductory fragrance for someone, or if they're very scent sensitive. I had it lasting slightly under 8 hours, and I had an asterisk because I do find this one is hard for me to smell. I kind of wish they didn't have it in the catalog because I wish another fragrance would come and take its place, but maybe they're, that might offend people that really like this one. Yeah, it's very faint. Not a purchase for me. I've actually had a bar and I've given this to my mom, so. My mom is just getting started, so I think that's the way to go for her. Summer Sunshine. Okay, guess what? Pineapple and coconut bask in a warm mandarin glow. So this one I had lasting about 9 hours. This was a little stronger than Summer Soleil. I preferred it over Summer Soleil because I could smell it a little bit better. Again, with the pineapple scent, I do have trouble detecting pineapple scents. I did like Pastelitos, as I just said. So, Summer Sunshine. It's a pass for me, but I just find that I need it a little bit stronger. Okay, the next one we have is Sweet Cucumber. Now this one is interesting. I'm going to explain here in a second. Basically, fresh apple blossoms, green melon, and sugared citrus mingle with a splash of cucumber water. Okay, so I had this in the warmer. I think I had it in a total of 13 hours. And it's not like I put it in and leave it in. If I go to bed, I turn it off. And I just keep track of the times. So I had it in 13 hours and I took it out. And when I took it out, sometimes what I do is I turn the warmer off. I come back a few minutes later and I scoop it out. And it's like that soft, kind of squishy consistency. And it's kind of fun to play with. But I smelled it. I always smell it. Anyway, I'm like, I still kind of smell a lot. So I let it cool. And then I smelled the blob. And I'm like, I can still smell it. So what I did was I put it in the warmer for another 3 hours the next day. And I could definitely smell it again. So I had it lasting about 16 hours after my little fluke. But I really, really liked this. It was a very sweet fragrance. I was surprised I liked it as much as I did. I like it. And it's just kind of, it's not going to knock you off your socks, but you know it's in the background. I don't think it would do the greatest in a big open concept because it's just a little bit on the lighter side. But I do like this one. Sweet cucumber. I would probably pick up 1 bar. Okay, the last one we have is called Vanilla Oud. And the story with Vanilla Oud is I have a friend that gave me a tester. She gave me a few testers and that she just wasn't going to use. And some of them are very, very sweaty. For people that are new to Scentsy, sweaty is like when you can see like beads of oil and that kind of some people say juicy. Anyway, so I said, well, you know what? I'm going to melt some of these sweaty ones because I just don't want to lose any scent. There's kind of controversy of whether you're going to lose scent or not. But anyway, so I kind of forgot that Vanilla Oud was in this section of the catalog and I had never tried it before. So I put it upstairs in my bonus room, which has a 25 watt warmer, and I don't remember what the name of the warmer is, but I do find it's a nice strong warmer. And that room is huge. Like, you know how bonus rooms are above garages, so it's pretty big. And I kind of forgot about it, came back, and I'm like, oh my God, what is this beautiful, beautiful smell? I was in love with the smell, like knock you off your socks. And I couldn't stop thinking about it, So I ended up picking up a bar. And it's a good thing I did because then I had to do a test on it. So basically, okay, so let's take that information, and it lasted a long time in the bonus room. Like, you know, I'd probably have it on a few hours per day. I felt like it lasted a few days. So I put it in, I weighed out the same, I think it was around 12 grams of Vanilla Oud from a bar. And yes, I'm a nerd, and I try to keep things, in science, so you know you have to try to keep your variables as even as possible. So I put the Vanilla Oud down in the laundry room, and I smelled it, but it wasn't the same intensity that my lovely one in the bonus room was. So that goes to show, you know, I'm obviously putting it in a mini warmer, a long skinny room. You know, there's so many factors. So would I buy Vanilla Oud? Yes, in a hot second, but probably not for my laundry room. I'd be putting it in my bonus room or my bedroom. You can bet I'll be buying it. So Vanilla Oud, I'm thinking it's kind of like the dark horse in the catalog, but man, it's good. Give it a try. It's excellent. So that concludes, this is part 4. We have one more part where I'm going to kind of do a quick summary of everything, not as much detail. Oh, I'm sorry. One thing, Vanilla Oud. Sweet vanilla grounded by leather and earthy oud wood. Oud wood. I looked up how to pronounce oud, and I think that's how you pronounce it. It's an expensive wood. So hopefully they don't raise the price of the bars because of Vanilla Oud. Maybe I'm, like with the exception of weathered leather, maybe I'm into the leather because I really liked sheer leather from the last video. So anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll have one more video where I kind of summarize my overall thoughts and give you my, you know, what I would purchase and my favorites. So take care. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.